Okay, we're going to make hamburgers. Real simple. Wanted to show you these. These are dried onions or dried shallots. You can get them from usually like the Asian section of your supermarket, or go to an Asian shop and ask for dried onions. Now you can use normal onions, raw onions, chopped up real fine, mixed in with the mincemeat, but this is such an easy way. They don't stay all crunchy, they go soft when they're mixed with the meat and add that onion flavour. So there's that. There's a couple of buns, of course. There's about 1.25 pounds of ground beef, or mincemeat as we call it in Australia. A bit of salt and pepper. So it's really a simple seasoning. You can add all sorts of things, Old Bay spice, paprika, chili, you name it. Adding spices to your hamburger, it's very simple. But let's keep it simple. Salt, pepper, some dried onions and the mince. And when we've finished cooking it, I'm going to add a few bread and butter pickles. They're nice, they're sort of sweet and sour, beautiful. Lettuce, tomato, cheese, maybe a little bit of red onion, and a bit of salad cream or mayonnaise. Alright, let's get started. A bowl to put the mince in. And yes, you're going to get your hands involved here. Put in the dried onion. And probably for that amount of beef, let's say half a teaspoon of salt. And probably about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And now, like I say, at this stage you can add a whole heap of things. Chili powder, different spices, different herbs. I might just put a little bit of parsley in it. Okay. It's up to you. You'll find you know, the flavours you like. You like a hot chili burger? Well, that's easy fixed. Good chili powder. Okay, now you've got to get your hand in it. Some people will add an egg at this stage. I find it dependent on the ground beef or mince. This is sticking together quite well, so the only reason I use an egg, it wouldn't be for flavour, it would be to bind it. So it doesn't take long. And you'll probably see all the onions disappeared within the meat now. Okay. Depending how big you want your burger, I think that's probably enough for 3 in here. Just going to separate them into lumps, or what I think is about right. So it'll work. Pretty close. Alright. So there's nothing complicated here. You're just going to mix this in your hands. You're going to squish it together, and obviously you're going to come up with a hamburger looking finish. Now, you can have it as thick or thin as you like, hamburgers. I sort of have them medium, so they're about just over or just under 1/2 inch thick. Yes, they're not perfect, but that's good enough. Let's do the other one. This one's a bit bigger, so this one will be mine, since I'm the cook. They're the privileges of working in the kitchen. Again, nothing really complicated. As you're flattening it, try and pull the edges in. You see it start to split a bit, just fold it back together. Again, so this is about, oh, it's a bit thicker, about 1/2 inch. So that's burger number 2. And all the leftover mince will be burger number 3. Right, getting pretty close. There's nothing to this, like I say. You will find you have certain flavours you like anyway. And you were saying, oh, I would like a little bit of chili in that. Put it in. Just be modest when you first learn to cook hamburgers, to put a little bit in, and then later on you can say, oh, I should have added a bit more. Well, that, without being complicated, is 3 burgers ready to go. So let's get the fry pan out and get started. Alright, we're going to turn on the trusty little burner. Now, that's high, that's really low, so medium high. Again, olive oil. You can cook with whatever you like, but I like olive oil. let that heat up just a little bit. Now with making hamburgers, there's probably, I don't know, 50 billion ways to make them. I'm just trying to show those people who are not sure a simple way how to do it. So that's what I'm doing. Get a spatula, and that pan needs probably about a minute to heat up, so I'll just turn this off and turn it back on again. Just know from experience, it's about a minute that I've let it on medium to medium high, and I know that's ready to go, because what I want to hear every time you put meat in a fry pan is you want to hear a sizzle. Now you can see it's a pretty odd shape, but that's not a problem. The magic of spatula will change that. That's one. Again, you can see it's a pretty odd looking shape. I don't fuss about it, to be honest. Give it a bit of a flat now. So that's two. Lucky last. So don't worry about it being like, oh, that's terrible. It's not. It's fine. Spatula, when you put it in the pan, will do all the work for you. Now we've already added salt and pepper to these burgers, so I don't need to put any salt and pepper on these. So it's about just under half inch thick now that I've squished them down. Probably will need 3 or 4 minutes on one side, and again 3 or 4 minutes on the other, depending. Just keep an eye on them. So I'll come back in about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll flip them over. We've done about 3.5 minutes. Turn them over. It's beautiful. Just give them a little bit of a flip, because that bottom side of the burger is raw. Flatten it out a little bit. Alright. That's going to cook another 3 or 4 minutes. While we are waiting, we are going to do the buns, get them ready. Just do one of these first of all. So just a nice burger bun, whatever one you like. Okay, so nothing complicated there, we just opened it up. You do or don't have to do any of the butter on these buns at all, because there's sauces and mayo and, you know, pickles, but just a bit. That's okay. What I have found is if you put mayonnaise on the bottom, so there's a spoonful, just mix it around on the bun. Right. What I found for me, this works for me, is I put the lettuce on top of the bun, and don't be shy with the lettuce, not going to kill you. A bit more on that one, and then what I am going to do is put a couple of nice big juicy slices of tomato. Alright, that's really about it. What I'm going to do now is probably get a little bit of cheese out, and I'll put that on top of that. Finish off the burgers, and then I'm going to show you basically the final product. That's not all we're having for dinner tonight. I've got some fries or chips in the oven that we're going to have with it. So we'll be back shortly. Alright, burgers are finished. Probably about 4 minutes on the other side. You can see I've got a little bit of red onion on there too. We like a bit of red onion. Don't have to have it. Now, I like a little bit of chili sauce on mine, or ketchup. But my wife likes barbecue. I don't put it on top of the burger, I'll just put it on the other side of the bun. Now, all I need to do there, right now, is add the fries. I forgot to add the pickles. We like all sorts of pickles. These ones are bread and butter, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. So that will be enough pickles. Now let me go and get the fries. Okay, I've just put the lid on the burger. The birds have had their bird seed, and it's starting to rain, which is always good. Now for some of these oven baked fries. Okay, that's it. Like I say, you don't need to put any of that vegetable in there if you're averse to eating vegetables, but you can certainly have your burger. You know how to make it. It's quite simple to do it, and you can vary that. So that's dinner. So if you have been, thank you for watching, and nothing bad about having a nice cold beer with a burger. See you next time.